Hello, everyone, and welcome to Supervised Experience for Counseling. I'm trying out a new video format because I get sick of sitting at a desk. One of the reasons that I quit counseling and started teaching was the promise that I could move around a couple of hours a week in a classroom and talk to people. I am full of energy and don't like to sit. So the last year and a half with COVID around has been kind of frustrating for me. And I don't know, I'm trying something new. So hopefully this gives a different chance for video and audio quality. I got a new webcam, a new microphone system. So when I make these things, hopefully they'll be better quality. I'm not going to promise a brand new video every week for you all. I'm going to use some from previous semesters, but when you see a better video quality, a better production, you'll know that it's taken from a new source. But anyway, I digress. Welcome to Supervised Experience. I'm going to try to keep this video short because I want to give you a quick introduction to the course and what the expectations are. So I know it's coming on a Thursday, the video, and of course it's open on a Monday. So, no worries. Just watch it when you can. I'm going to try to make this hopefully 15 minutes or so. We'll see how good I do. So let's go ahead and I'm going to share the screen here. What I want to do is talk about our syllabus and course expectations. And so what you'll see, if I can get this going, here's our homepage for Supervised Experience. And you'll see that there are a couple of tabs that weren't available to you, but now they are. Hopefully, help I need a partner. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and so what I want you to do first before I go off the deep end on the syllabus, to acquaint yourself with the different places in this course. The way that I have this one laid out, each week under weekly course modules, you'll want to be sure that you check in, and because each week there'll be something new released under weekly course modules. You'll see module 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all hidden from you. But throughout the semester, this is where you'll go each week to find your weekly task. Be sure that you do that. It's different than some classes. Weekly course modules is key. I want you to take a look at rubrics. So I've got the rubrics out there for how you're going to be graded, how you're going to be evaluated. Please make sure that you look at that. You'll have some recorded sessions to upload. You'll want to make sure that you acquaint yourself where these are. And I've got a class recording from a past class about class expectations and recording guidelines. That's from last year. I will say this with this caveat about recordings. You're required to do 3 recordings in this class, transcriptions and reflections. That's going to be required of you from here on out. So you'll have to do it in this class, in practicum, and in practicum 2. It's for you to gain self-awareness. And this can be really intimidating at first because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't like myself. I don't like my voice. I don't like the way I look. Don't worry about that. The main thing is for us to, both of us, to kind of take a look at how you're presenting. I'm going to help you become more self-aware so that if you have bad habits of communication and you have things that you don't like, you get a chance to modify these. This isn't about being perfect at all. It's about practicing. And we learn the most through experience. So it's more that experiential learning. That said, the format for these recorded sessions, I'm going to give you an option. I think I probably make it mandatory last year that people do these via Zoom. What I'm going to recommend is that if you do them via Zoom, that is fine. It's an easy way to record them. It's an easy way to work through distance. Many of you are going to have to do this over distance, your recorded sessions. If you can do them in person and you feel safe, meaning you're probably vaccinated and the other person that you're talking to is vaccinated too, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But I do want people to feel safe and want people to be safe. we're not out of the woods yet with COVID-19. So I want to make sure that you are able to practice your counseling in a way that doesn't jeopardize your life or your health or your safety. So if you want to do them in person, those conditions where you're vaccinated, the other person is vaccinated, that's probably ideal. Otherwise, please be safe, is what I would ask. Don't jeopardize your health. I am giving the option to do this via Zoom, and that recording is very easy. If you don't do it via Zoom, you're going to have to like set up a cell phone or something or camera where it captures your interaction. We'll talk about that in a minute. Recorded sessions. Here's the midterm. Here's where you look at the midterm. Supervised feedback forms. These will be from our live classes. We're going to meet 3 times this semester, September 25th, October 23rd, and November 20th. And so much like group counseling, much like strategies and techniques, you're going to get feedback on your counseling. Now, we're going to try to meet in person this semester. When I first put this class together in July, I felt a lot more confident about, no worries about getting together and practicing. As the semester got closer, now people are getting sick. Now there's this variant the vaccines aren't as effective. It's really contagious. And so I've done my best to try to remedy, exposure in a big way. We're going to meet here on the campus, but I'll go over that in a little bit more detail as we get a little bit closer. So we are going to meet on the campus 3 times. So be sure that you can travel. Be sure that you have those Saturdays marked off on your calendar. If you don't do the experiential part of that meeting in person, you can't pass this class. So please make sure. It's just like the other ones. And then we've got a place for the final exam. This is going to go longer than 15 minutes, I already know. But that's okay. You guys need to know. You need to know what's expected. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the syllabus. And let's take a look at it. I think I want to make it super big so we can see it. Can it be full size? Oh, that's not full size. Well, hopefully you've got a screen big enough to see this thing. I'm going to sit down. I thought I was going to be able to like stand up and lecture, and I'm going to be sitting down anyway because I've got to go over the syllabus. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. Here's my contact information. You see that I've got my phone number. That's pretty good. That's the desk phone number here. My email is the best way to get a hold of me. If you email me, I have it on my phone this semester. And so that's generally, unless I don't have my phone or it's off for some reason, that's generally the best way to get a hold of me. I will probably respond to you within 24 hours unless it's on the weekend and I'm out of pocket. Let's see here. Your books. Your required textbooks. So this is your textbook from Strategies. We're going to reference that a little bit. Strategies and techniques, your basic format and micro skills for being a counselor. Then you'll also have, and this is going to be necessary, this Erford text from 2019, 45 techniques every counselor should know. You're going to be referencing this a lot. You're going to reference this for this class, you're going to reference it for practicum, you're going to reference it for your comps. So you need to get a hold of it. We're going to use it a lot. It's necessary. The one thing about this, though, in that book, in this class, when people think about becoming a counselor, this is kind of the class that they consider, that they're thinking about. When do I actually learn how to counsel? When do I get to practice? And a lot of you, even in strategies, were, I want to integrate this technique, or even in group, I want to try this. And here's, especially towards the end, your session 2 and session 3, when you're recording those, this is where you actually get to practice those things. So you integrate some theory into practice. And so it should be exciting for you. It should be something that you're pretty pumped up about. And this is, I referenced the big dance. This is it. This is usually what people think of when they think about becoming a counselor. It's taken a while to get here, but you're here, and so enjoy it. Enjoy it while you're here. Let's go ahead and look at some more of the syllabus. So you had to have strategies and techniques. It helps if you had group. These are our standards, our goals. What I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to try to summarize this really quickly. What I'm going to ask you to do is to utilize and hone in and continue to refine, get better with all of those micro skills. Listening, active, reflection, open-ended questions, summarizing, affirming, recognizing feelings, getting deeper, silence, all those good things. So you're going to continue to do those. Don't forget those, or you're going to have trouble in this class. You're going to fortify those in this class. But you also get a chance to, okay, I'm really interested in Gestalt, or I'm really interested in cognitive behavior, or solution focused. And this is a chance where you get to practice this. Some of the assignments for each week, I'm not going to have a discussion board every week, but some of the assignments for you are to go out and practice some of these techniques with other people, and then to reflect on it. And how did it work? And does it work with my personality, with my approach, with my style? Here's where you really start to integrate and synthesize all these psychological theories, all this counseling knowledge. This is where you start to really integrate it into who you are. And it's not going to be a perfect fit. It's going to be, rugged. It's going to be jerky. It's not going to feel right at first. But if you really like something, keep practicing it, and it gets better, and it gets better, more efficient, more fluid. And that's what you'll do continually. You'll do that as a, when you graduate the program, you do that in practicum, you'll do that under supervision. This is where you're just the beginning stages. So there is no such thing as perfection right now. It's just try things out, see how they feel, and be open to feedback. All right, so here's what do we have to do to pass this class? Here are the main things. So pay attention right here. 2 case studies, case conceptualization, and exams. So there'll be 2 exams, a midterm and a final. And I'm debating about the format of the final in my own mind, but the midterm at very least is going to be a vignette, and you're going to intentionally plan a session for the vignette for the case scenario that you're given. This is going to be very similar to something that you'll be asked to do during your comprehensive exam, during the essay portion. So it's going to help you prep for the, many of you are going to take comps in the spring. It's coming up pretty quickly. Some of you may be next fall, but a lot of you are going to comp in the spring. So this will give you a little bit of practice of what's going to be expected. And so you'll want to intentionally approach a counseling session and put it down, articulate it on paper. That's going to be your midterm. And I'm debating whether that's the format of the final or not. It may be. Experiential learning activities via live class. Those are the 3 classes I've already mentioned: September 25th, October 23rd, November 20th. Remember those dates. Drive to Enid. We're going to be as safe as possible during those times. You're going to have 6 discussion board activities. I don't think that's right. I think I made that 3. Let's go back here. In fact, let's scroll down a minute. That can't be right, is it? Where is it? Here we go. This is the thing I'm looking at. Yeah, nobody likes discussion boards, right? I mean, come on. So, no, you guys get a lot of discussion boards. There are some optional discussion boards. I encourage you to participate in those. There are some activities that I do want you to do. But, yeah, discussion boards, we probably burned out if you've had a lot of online classes. We're going to make 3 mandatory, so be sure that you pay attention. I will flag these in the modules as we go throughout the class. This is one of them. This introduction week, this is one of the required discussions. So make sure you look at that rubric, make sure you're talking to other people, make sure you're catching up, because I've had other people not get full credit because they just didn't pay attention this first week. So yeah, 3 discussion board activities. There'll be other activities too, though, in the modules. You need to pay attention and do them. 3 videos, transcriptions, reflections. We'll go over those in a minute. 2 exams, your participation in class. So, you know, I'll probably consider some of the online activities if you're doing those for your participation. Are you really engaging in this class? Demonstration. So that's when you're actually practicing. That's when you're in the hot seat. All right, let's keep going. Yeah. So let's talk about these videos, practice sessions for a minute. This is something new, and it's very important for your growth. So again, like I mentioned before, when you schedule these 3 video practice sessions, and there are hard dates where these are due in the syllabus, when you actually do these, you'll want to make sure that you're in a safe setting, number one, and that you video primarily yourself. I mean, if you get the client in the video, that's okay, but be sure that you focus a lot of the attention of the camera on you. I mean, this is mainly for you. It's not so much about the client that you have. You're going to coordinate with other students. So I'm going to go ahead and open up after this video is released, Help, I Need a Partner. You're going to partner up with somebody in the class that you two will take turns counseling each other. I believe we have an even number of students. If for some reason somebody drops or somebody doesn't show and you don't have a partner, please reach out to me and I will make sure that you get a partner, okay? But I'll open up that discussion board here and you'll be able to, hey, I need a partner. You'll need it, and this will be somebody that probably you continue with. No, you will continue with throughout the semester. So you make 3 videos. Actually, altogether, you all will make 6 videos because there'll be 3 of you doing the video, you doing the counseling, and then 3 videos of them counseling you. That's what this looks like. So you take turns between the client and counselor. And the first video is due September 6th. What? That's right around the corner. It's like, oh, it's barely class even started. It's okay. You've got a couple of weeks, but you need to get on this thing. I want you to continue to practice. The more that you don't practice the skills that we've learned in strategies and group, the more they become stale and they don't stick. So this first session, don't worry too much about technique. I'll have a solution-focused activity next week. If you want to try a little bit of that, that's okay. That works. But again, remember, a lot of this is those micro skills. A lot of this is how your relationship and how well you're listening to somebody, especially in this first session where this may be the first time you talk to this person. You're not going to integrate a lot of technique. You're going to be building rapport. So calm down. You don't have to do that yet. Discussion activity is due this week. Discussion activity 2 is due on September 20th. You'll see that we meet via Zoom there on that Saturday. Exam 1 is deployed on October 4th. You'll see video 2 is due in the middle of October. I believe that's right around fall break. Another discussion board activity due on the 25th, which is right after our class. I imagine I'll have you reflect on your time demonstrating in class. Video 3 is due on November the 8th, and then your final exam is released on the 29th of November. So that's what our class looks like. We're going to go over a lot. It's going to be a quick semester. I already know this is going to fly by. What else do I have in the syllabus before I let you all off the hook? That's how we're going to accrue our points. That's what you need to do. As we approach each one of these assignments, I'll give a little bit more information. Please look through the other parts of my syllabus here. And it's a long syllabus, but please make sure that you look through it. It's important. All right. Well, gang, I guess that's it. I promised I didn't want to go too long. So if you have any questions, please reach out via email. Otherwise, look for me online. I'll try to say hi this first week. I hope we have a good semester. Let's stay safe and let's learn how to counsel. This is where the rubber meets the road. All right, gang, take care. I'll see you.